All right, what's going on, everybody? Tyrell here. If you like crypto, on this channel, I bring together the fundamentals and the technicals to curate valuable information to help you on your journey. A free way to support this channel is to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And for my next giveaway, I'm giving away $50 to 5 subscribers to equal $250. So make sure to subscribe. We're currently at 120. I think we can get there soon. All right, let's get into this video. Looking at the total crypto market cap, we're currently sitting at $1.6 trillion. According to TradingView, we see a lot more money coming into the crypto market. Let's see if we can sustain that momentum. Looking at the altcoin market, we're currently sitting at $877 billion. Under the $1 trillion mark, but let's see if we can get much higher. Bitcoin dominance currently at 45.3%. What this could signify is more money is going into Bitcoin relative to altcoins. Looking at Bitcoin, we are currently just under the $40,000 resistance area, but we're still within this like range here. So as I've mentioned before, it's like an accumulation zone, so we can just continue to bounce around here, or we can break above, or we can just like crash. So those are the scenarios. We'll just have to see how this week plays out. This week is ending soon, within the hour. So if you watch this, the week could be ending, and then this upcoming week starts again. There's a really cool development within Bitcoin, so we'll be going over that in a bit. Looking at Ethereum, we are just above the $2,500 mark. Can we sustain above that? We'll see as this week plays out. I'm still holding on to my ETH, just as I'm holding on to my Bitcoin. And looking at Cardano, this is above 1.5. So can we sustain this momentum as well? As with like everything, all altcoins essentially follow Bitcoin's lead. So let's see if Bitcoin can sustain the momentum to the upside, as it just became legal tender in El Salvador. And there was a brand new update. Bitcoin's Taproot upgrade gets this 90% mandate. Taproot opens up new possibilities for privacy, multi-sig wallets, and security, as well as scaling, and possibly opens the door to smart contracts later on down the road. That wasn't initially Bitcoin's design, but as there's more development, not only within the crypto space as a whole, but Bitcoin as well, there'll be some pretty cool developments over time. So this is a soft fork. It required consensus among miners across different geographic areas, and they're all competing for the same blocks. So having them achieve consensus to like bring about this upgrade is a feat in and of itself, and it's pretty cool to see that happen. So hopefully there's more developments in Bitcoin's protocol over time, but this is a great thing because it allows more complex transactions. There's a fly in here. It allows more complex transactions to look like simple transactions. So like say like I'm sending money to someone, like an A to B transaction, that's just going to be a simple transaction. But say like there's another organization that has like stipulations, like programmable money, like smart contracts, to send to somebody or like do some type of transaction, that more complex transaction is going to look exactly the same as mine as sending money from A to B. So that's a really cool development within Bitcoin, and we'll see the effects of that later on in this year in November once that actually comes about. So we'll give it some time, and then Bitcoin will be a little bit different. All right, cool. So the meat of this video is I wanted to go over 3 of the most important sectors within cryptocurrency. Granted, let's go back to this categories tab. There's all these different categories, but for me personally, I think that DeFi is one of the most important categories. So we'll go over to DeFi Pulse and then we'll just spitball here. But DeFi is really cool because it's like open source technology where you have economic incentives and economic rewards for supplying liquidity to these different protocols to allow financial services on the internet without requiring an intermediary like a bank. Right. So I can lend my money or like deposit my money onto a protocol. Somebody can take a loan out against that money. They pay an interest rate to the protocol, and then I receive rewards from that protocol. And this is all done in a trustless, decentralized, permissionless way. And this just allows a more efficient capital allocation across space and time. Now, of course, there are risks inherent within DeFi. So like you have smart contract risk. So like if there's like a flaw within the smart contract, somebody can deplete funds from that protocol. There's developer risk where somebody can create a DeFi protocol and then they just rug pull all the money from that protocol, and then everybody that deposited money onto that platform is shit out of luck. But like as soon as all of those kinks are worked out and there's more regulations from the powers that be to like regulate DeFi and essentially let institutions know like, hey, these are the rules, then you can see more money flowing into decentralized finance. And it'll be pretty cool to see that happen. Even though right now total value locked is currently at 59 billion. As soon as there's more like rules in place for DeFi and people know like, hey, this is how I can use it, and then get educated on it, then we can see total value locked increase by orders of magnitude. So like $500 million, $1 trillion, $10 trillion, just like the similar amount of capital that is in traditional finance. So some really cool developments within DeFi, and I would like to see this space grow over time as more people become educated and know how to use it and feel more comfortable about using DeFi. So some more kinks to work out. Next is interoperability. I think that as soon as these blockchains can communicate across different chains in a seamless way, then there's going to be a massive unlock. So shout out to Carlo. I really don't know this guy, but I had to bring this article out, so like there's something on the screen here. But interoperability is really important for blockchains because we would allow value to transfer across different blockchains. Granted, some of this stuff is already created now, so like Bitcoin can go onto the Ethereum blockchain by you depositing your Bitcoin into like a wrapper, say like wrapped Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is its own standard, and then you can like change that into an ERC20 compliant standard, so the value of that Bitcoin is on the Ethereum blockchain. Or you can use like Thorchain, or you can use like Cosmos, the Tendermint Cosmos SDK, to allow these blockchains to communicate with each other. But as soon as there's like one standard, you know what I mean, like the Wi-Fi standard for blockchains, then like the real fun starts. It'll be pretty freaking cool when you can transfer all this information and data and value across all these different blockchains. So as soon as that happens, then like this thing will just like explode. And lastly, governance. Like when it comes to governance, I'm gonna look at my notes here. Governance refers to the ways in which collective decisions are made, conflicts are resolved, and changes to protocols are implemented. In DeFi, decentralized governance is used to change things like economic incentives, interest rates, token distribution, etc. In political governance, DAOs will sort of signify a shift from representative democracy to direct democracy. Similar to DeFi, and even currently, stakeholders has the opportunity to participate in governance by voting on initiatives that will benefit the community if it is accepted by the community. And I just think that by having DAOs in our political process, it would allow us to iterate faster, to submit proposals to happen, and then like us as a community can vote on those. Like so, it could be like yay or nay. And then as soon as you vote on those, then like since we voted on them, the powers that be have to act on those, and then we can judge those actions based on the results of like whatever they do. So like if we vote on something, like say, um, my city, we vote on a road to be built, and then we can see like, hey, this percentage of the people vote on this, and this is how much money it should cost to complete this road. And then if they don't complete the road, then we say like, hey, we voted on this, you didn't do that, and then we can take actions upon like that result or like that information. I just think it would be a lot more transparent to do so, and like we wouldn't have to wait for every 2 years, 4 years, 8 years to vote on things. Like we can submit a proposal every week and then vote on those, and then it'll increase like civic participation because like we would all have a stake in what happens in our daily lives. Granted, there's a lot of challenges to that for sure, like coordinating, like hey, like even enforcing the results of like some of the votes and proposals, but like just allowing that decentralized autonomous organizations, even though it would be a direct democracy, I feel like now it's more possible because we have the technology to do so. Like we have the internet to get all this information, to do our research and vote on these proposals that would directly affect us. You know what I mean? Because like now the issue is like, hey, like we vote for these people, but do they really have like our best interests at heart? Like even though we have a two-party system, they sort of pander to things that we're interested in, but they don't necessarily act on those. You know, I feel like with a blockchain-based DAO in our political process, there will be a lot more transparency and accountability, and everything will just be like faster. Like imagine voting for a president, and then like all these people have to go to like voting centers. Like we should just all be able to vote from our phone. It's verified on blockchain, and then you can just like have the result right then and there. You wouldn't have to drag this process on much longer. I just It just makes no sense in the age of the internet and free information flows. You know what I mean? Granted, everything would have to come from like educating yourself on everything that you're involved in. So there's a big gap there at current. But nonetheless, those are the three sectors that I think is most important. Of course, there's so many different sectors and industries within the cryptocurrency space, and somebody else may find something else different, and we have like differing opinions. But like this is what we're a part of. Like we're all allowed to have like our opinions and differing opinions, and then have like this discourse. So I think that's really cool, and one of the things that the internet allowed us as people to do. So this is Tyrell. Once again, as soon as we hit 250 subscribers, I'm giving away $50 to 5 people at random. So make sure to smash that subscribe button. Make sure to like and comment. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.